Noswaith, good evening and welcome to this live Coleg Cambria question and answer session. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm sure you've got lots of interesting questions for us. Before we get to meet the lovely panel, I'll just introduce myself. My name's Lizzie Stevens. I'm your host this evening, and I'm also the Director of Inclusion and Progress at the college, so can hopefully answer all the questions you've got around support. Just to explain a little bit about what's going to happen over the next 45 minutes or so, you're going to get a chance to send in any questions you've got. Let us know if there's anything you want some reassurance about. You'll be able to post that on your social media device and we'll be able to answer those as a panel. So without further ado, I'd like to start to introduce the lovely people we have here in front of us today. So I'm going to start with Bethan. Bethan, do you want to introduce yourself and tell the viewers what you do?
Hi, I'm Bethan Charles. I'm Head of Learner Services, so I look after student services, safeguarding and learner experience. So all of the things that improve your time while you're in college with us.
That's brilliant. Thanks. So if you have got any questions, you've just joined us and you've got any questions for Bethan, please do pop them in and we will try and answer them. Alao, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, so my name's Alao Smith and I'm the Welsh Branch Officer for the Coleg Cymraeg Cenedlaethol. So I work with the Welsh department in the college and we support, help and advise students with any aspect of their Welsh. So we work with the students and the teaching staff. And we just make sure that you get the best experience possible with your Welsh in the college.
Fantastic, Diolch Alao. Thank you for that. Jane, over to you.
Hi everybody, Jane Wilkinson. I'm Learner Data Services Operations Manager here at Coleg Cambria, and my team look after all things enrolment, learner data, timetabling, things like that, and we do cover all sites as well. Thank you.
Brilliant. Very vital word there, Jane, around timetables. I'm sure we've got lots of questions around timetables. We've already had a couple of those in already, so I'm sure you'll be busy this evening. Owain, over to you.
Thanks, Lizzie. My name's Owain Roberts. I'm Head of Marketing and Admissions at Coleg Cambria. So me and my team are responsible for everything from recruiting learners, attracting you to the college, so everything around social media, website, events, school events, advertising, right the way through the onboarding process. So if you've put an application in with the college already or you're about to, that will have been seen by my team and managed by my team. So anything linked to admissions or waiting lists or anything like that, I can support you with that this evening.
That's really helpful at this point in the year. So we're very glad to have you here on the panel tonight, Owain. Thank you very much. And last but definitely not least, over to Emma.
Hello all, my name's Emma Steadman. I'm Library and Academic Skills Manager. So I oversee the libraries, which we've got one on every site. We've got a great team of facilitators and advisors who can support you with anything to do with research and finding information, and also providing a nice comfortable space for you to use. You'll get to know us quite quickly. We're generally quite a centralised hub for lots of activities that happen in the college.
And such a lovely bunch of staff and really helpful in the libraries, I'm sure. I'm sure our viewers here will get to know them really well. So thank you very much for joining us. As I said earlier, please do pop your questions in. Don't be shy. Let us know. We will put your name up and we'll put your question up. However, if you don't feel comfortable asking us a question tonight, don't worry about it. Let us know through, private messages or message the college, and we will endeavour to answer that tomorrow. We'll get back to you. So don't worry if you think about something later after we've logged off and you think about something, don't worry, you'll have lots of opportunities to ask those questions. Again, just message us and we will make sure that we get back to you very quickly and put you in touch with the right person to answer those questions. So it's all really exciting, starting college next week. I'm sure you're all both excited and nervous at the same time. Got lots of things. How's it going to be? How's this going to work? Well, don't worry. There's lots of people, as you've met some tonight, there's lots and lots of lovely people at the college whose job it is to make sure that you have a very smooth journey. So get your questions coming in. We have already had some in, so I'm going to look at those. And this question, I knew it would come up, absolutely knew it. And I did say to you, Jane, the first question we had through was, when will I get my timetable? Very important.
It certainly is. Timetables will be available from induction. We've got staggered induction dates, so obviously learners, depending what course they come in on, will be given their timetables. At the moment, we are still finalising, because as you can imagine with the number of learners, we're just making sure they're in right groups and things like that across the site. So once they've been finalised, they'll be available after induction.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And if you're watching now and you're thinking, actually, I'm not sure how that first week's going to be with the timetables and everything like that, how will that first week look? Who on our panel here is going to be able to tell us a little bit about what that first week will look like? Who'd like to answer?
I can let you guys know that emails will be going out tomorrow with start information. So as I mentioned, we've got staggered start dates for induction, so they'll be on the email. So everybody keep an eye on your emails, your inboxes, and also check your spam just in case it does go into there. In that letter, you'll have the start date, where to go, what site, anything, key essential items really. And then on the day coming into college on your induction day, you'll be met by pretty much everybody. It's all hands on deck, as you can imagine. So yeah, you'll come in, get off the buses, go through to the main reception areas, or like say the A-level centres, wherever it is. Key curriculum areas will be there, and then the learners will actually be taken to the areas by the curriculum that they're enrolled on. And on the back of that, I'll answer another question whilst I'm here. When am I going to get my ID and my lanyard?
Good.
That will also be
that
on
will
induction.
also come up. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that will be available on induction as well. However, if it's not there, it's usually because we haven't had a learner photograph come through to our system. Unfortunately, we can't print the cards without an ID photograph. So we do ask, if you've not got your card, speak to your tutor. And then obviously my team will pick it up and we'll get that printed. And fingers crossed, we'll get it done either the first day of your induction, but definitely by the second day of induction.
Well, you've mentioned the L word there, Jane. So let's have a quick chat about lanyards, because this, if you're watching now, you might be thinking, lanyard, this is new. Yeah, it probably is new for you, unless you happen to have them at your school. So you'll notice we're all wearing our lanyards. Why are they important? Because they tell everybody who you are and which college you are proud to be part of. So obviously it's got all the information about that you're a College Cambria student. Everybody does wear them, and it is really, really important. Bethan, why is it so important that we all wear our lanyards?
Well, it's a safeguarding issue, but also this year you won't be able to get on the bus without your lanyard or your ID card on the app. So it's really important that you've got your ID card with you at all times. But ultimately, it is a safeguarding risk because we need to know who's on site.
Absolutely. And another thing, you won't actually be able to get around the college without your lanyard. But don't worry, we do know that sometimes we lose them. We hope you don't lose them, but we're all guilty of losing them at some point or other. Try and look after it. It's a precious thing, but if you do lose it, don't worry. You just pop along to Student Services and they will be able to work with you to issue you another one. So please don't worry about that. But it's a great thing. You get used to it. You've got a choice. You can either have, we all love the multicoloured ones because that's our College Cambria brand. You know, it demonstrates our celebration and our diversity in the college. If you don't want to wear a multicoloured one, then we do have a choice. I'm not sure what colours we are this year, Jane. What have we got on offer this year?
We're still on the red.
We're still on the red, so you can wear a red one as well.
The only difference being, Lizzie, is if they're a Welsh speaker, they do have a Welsh Cymraeg bubble on the lanyard as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. Alao, do you want to tell us a little bit more about that? Seeing as we're talking about Cymraeg?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an orange Cymraeg symbol. So when you see that, you know that you can speak Cymraeg in the college. So often you'll see them in reception. And if you see any members of staff wearing one with the Cymraeg, you know, you can approach them and share a Cymraeg with them as well.
Yeah. And why is it so important to us at Coleg Cambria around the Welsh language and our celebration and our use of the Welsh language and promotion, actually? Why is that so important to us?
I think we're just really proud to be a bilingual college. And obviously we've got a right now as well to have everything in Welsh in the college as well. We celebrate lots of different clubs, lots of societies and things. So it's just a good time to be able to embrace your Cymraeg. There's lots of opportunities to learn Cymraeg, learn Welsh if you haven't got the Welsh. It's just an exciting time to be learning Cymraeg.
So if you're watching now and you're thinking, I've never ever learned any Welsh, and how am I going to get my head around that? I've seen the Welsh names on the place towns. How am I going to be able to say that? You can learn if you want to learn Welsh. We will embrace that, and you will be given loads and loads of opportunities. And it's great fun. It's a beautiful language, and it's not horrendously difficult to learn either. So please do get in touch with us when you come into college. Get in touch, say that you want to learn Welsh, and we will support you all the way. Hi at CARS 2025. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and thank you very much for your question there, which is a really good one actually, and something that a lot of people do ask. So can you wear your own lanyard with the college card on it? Who on our lovely panel would like to answer that? If not, I can. Should I? Okay. I would say actually we don't. You can't wear your own lanyard, and that sounds really harsh. And we understand the need for individualization and that need for your own identity or for other reasons. However, it is really important, as Bethan said before, it's really, really important that we're able to identify, not just when we're close up like this, but we're able to identify at a distance who are people within the college who are part of that college community, and who are people who are outsiders. So we're able to identify from a distance who you are. Yes, you're a student or you're a member of staff, but you are part of that college community. You should be on site. That is why we have such a clear identity. However, I would say, don't worry. If there are sensory issues, we have some adapted lanyards, so we can adjust them. We've got some I forget what they are, but they're like something that you can stick onto it that reduces the sensitivity. We also, in some cases, and certainly when we're working in workshops, we can have the lanyard on a pull-out thing on the sort of on your waistband. So work with us, but please do let us know if there are any issues as to why you can't wear your own, why you can't wear the college lanyard, and we'll make sure we'll sort it out. Let us know on your first day. Hope that answers your question. If you've got any others, please do pop them in. Oh, yes, good question. Really good question. And do you know what we've already had that in as well from somebody else. So thank you for that. First day work gear or casual clothes? Owain, are you able to help with that?
Yeah, I can help with that one. Yeah, I would suggest casual clothes on your induction day. There are kits and equipment lists for courses, and those are available on the website. So if you search for your course on the website, you'll be able to see the kit and equipment list linked to that course. But on your first day, I would say just come so you're comfortable. It's about getting used to the college, about finding your way around. It's about meeting friends, meeting your tutors. You'll find out more about kit and equipment on that first day. So my advice would be just to come in comfortable clothing that you feel at yourself in and enjoy your first day at Coleg Cambria.
That's such good advice there. What we're pretty sure, you won't be going straight into classes on that first day and being thrown in at the deep end, as it were. That won't be happening. So yeah, it's all about getting used to that. Whole first week is about getting used to the college, finding your way around whichever site you're on. It's about finding your way around, getting to know the staff, as Owain said, making friends. And we know that can be quite nerve-wracking, so especially if you haven't come with friends, you don't know anybody. There's going to be plenty opportunities to get to know other people. We've got lots of different clubs, lots of different activities. Every single site has a wellbeing hub. So if you are feeling anxious, nervous at any point, you can go to the hub. So sorry, Owen.
Yeah, we do have, just to add to that, Lizzie, to anyone feeling particularly anxious, we've got there's a new student section on our college website. It's accessible from a banner on the main college site. And within that, we've done some point of view videos for each site. So anyone feeling particularly anxious about what it's actually look like when you get off the bus, we've got some nice point of view videos that will really show you what each of the campuses look like and what you can really expect. So there's no surprises when you arrive. But as Jane said at the start of the meeting tonight, there's so many staff around helping, and you've got nothing to worry about. There'll be lots of staff in branded workwear, and we're all really friendly and all ready to make you feel right at home at Cambria. So please do check out that new student section of the website. There's some great resources on there, but please don't worry about your first day. Come on in, come and say hello, and we'll make you feel really welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. And we will let you know the website web address in just a moment, as soon as we've had a look at Lexi's question. Thanks for joining us, Lexi. Much appreciated. Glad you're here and very excited to meet you next week. But your question is, for the first day, do you know what time we will finish, or does it just depend on the course you are doing? This gives us an opportunity. So thank you, Lexi. It gives us an opportunity to talk about buses as well. So let's answer your question first and foremost. Do we know what time it finishes, Jane?
Yeah, they're all scheduled to finish for 4:30, depending on the course and the site, to be fair. So yeah, they're all scheduled for that. But I do know the buses are going at what time, Bethan?
Depends what site you're on and what day it is, because they do leave a little bit earlier on a Friday. So if your induction days next week are Thursday, Friday, then the buses leave earlier on a Friday, but it's different times depending on which site you're on. So if you're not sure, just pop into student services and just double check the times there of the buses leaving.
And
it tends to be 5 o'clock. Yale and Deeside, and then Northup and Cleese-Vassy slightly earlier.
But again, we've got loads of staff at bus stops at the end of the day as well. So no learners left behind. No. There's no learner left without a bus or anything like that. There's staff at each site making sure that all the learners get on the right bus and get home safely, because I can imagine that's quite a concern for new learners, making sure they're on the right bus. But there's plenty of staff around.
Yeah,
thanks, Owain. And just as Owain said, please do. We've got lots and lots of information to reassure you. Please do get in contact. Have a look at our website, www.cambria.ac.uk/new student. So have a look, see if it answers some of your questions. And again, in case you've only just joined us, welcome. But this is a question and answer session. Don't feel you have to ask any questions right at this moment. We'd love to have your questions through. We'd love to be able to answer them live. But if you think of something later, just pop us a message into your social media and we will get back to you. We'll make sure that those questions are all answered. Thank you. We've got another question in. And really valid as well. And Jane, I told you you'd be busy tonight. Induction week.
Okay. So induction week is scheduled for 2 days, 2 full days, depending on what days you do come in. And then full timetables will run the following week from the Monday.
So I hope that answers your question, Sarah. And if you've got any other questions or if you've got any concerns, just let us know. We can answer more if you need anything more than that. So
I just add a little bit there, Lizzie, as well.
Yeah, please do, Emma.
First day and induction days and what some of the stuff that you're going to be doing. So you'll get to, as we said, you'll start to get to know your curriculum teams, know your curriculum areas, or the people in your groups and so on. And then you've got quite busy sort of induction materials that you'll need to run through with those groups. So there's a lot of support induction stuff and curriculum induction stuff, which gives you a really good introduction to all of the things we're talking about today. So things like where different support areas work from, how you can get in contact with people, what additional support we'll be able to provide for you. So you'll get a lot of that information on your first day as well. You're not just relying on what we're telling you now. You will actually get that provided by your curriculum areas. And one of the things that you will be doing as well on that first day is something that we call multi-factor authentication, which is getting you set up onto all of the platforms for the college so that you can do your work from there. So that's something that might be a bit new to you, but it's going to be really straightforward, and we'll make sure that there's plenty of people there to help you so that you can get used to all of our different ways of logging in and accessing your work and so on as well.
What would happen, Emma, if somebody doesn't have their own computer, you know, at home, is struggling with that? What would happen about that?
So obviously, when you come into college on those days, you're going to be using the college computers to get yourselves first set up and running. We've got in the libraries, we've got lots of Windows computers that you can use to do your work from as well. So if you've been set some work that you need to do from home and you're struggling to access IT from home, you can actually use the college computers. We have a loan system for Chromebooks as well, so we can loan you a Chromebook on a short-term loan. So it might be that you've got an assignment you need to do over the weekend. Come and see the library teams and we'll do our best to loan you a Chromebook. And then, as I say, that's just usually for a short term, so that we can make sure that everybody gets a chance to use them.
And that's brilliant. And I'll just add to that as well that if you are neurodiverse and you do have, say, for example, dyslexia or anything else that makes it difficult for you to access the information, then we do have a selected amount of equipment that we can make sure that you get allocated one. So please don't worry about that. Speaking about that as well, if you are concerned about what supports in college, well, there is lots and lots and lots, and it's all there on the website for you to have a look at. So if you do go onto the website www.cambria.ac.uk and go into learning support, you'll be able to see what's available. But in a nutshell, we have specialist tutors. We've got 11 specialist tutors across all sites. These are people that can help you with things like exam access arrangements. You might have had some extra time in college for your exams, or you might have had some extra time to complete assignments. We'll make sure that that continues. We'll make sure that that support is in place. So we will be able to work with you. You'll get to meet them in your induction week, which is really exciting. You get to meet all these key people. So don't worry, you don't have to remember it all now, because they'll come in and they'll meet you during your induction week. We've also got wellbeing staff across the college. So we have the wellbeing hubs. You'll be able to go into the wellbeing hubs. We'll be able to give you lots of information around supporting your own well-being, and you'll be able to have a place to go and chill out, which is also really, really important. We've also got learning support. If you're joining us in one of our foundation classes, then we have learning support in class, which they're all really nice people and really helpful, and they're there to support you in class as well. So there is loads of support across the college, and please do have a look at the website, find out more, and please don't worry, because lots of people get lots of support in the college, and it's we're very used to it. So just let us know what you need. Hi at Cars again, thank you very much. You're coming up with some really good questions this evening. You're keeping us on our toes. If you got a D in English, will you be made to resit it? Well, the skills team are not with us this evening. Unfortunately, they're really busy this evening preparing, but we will make sure that we do pass on any questions, any queries. But Owain, are you able to offer something around this?
Yeah, I can give some guidance on this. It depends what course you're looking to do. Every course has different entry requirements, so it will depend what course you're looking to do with us, and each course has different requirements that you need to achieve. But I would say that we've been open since GCSE Results Day with staff from all curriculum areas available to speak to students that have got concerns about grades that they've got or things like that. So we're still open for the rest of this week at all sites. So if you can get down to see us, that would be my best advice, would be to come down, have a seat with a tutor, and let's look at your grades, and we can take it from there. I would also say as well that maths and English plays a part in all our subjects right the way through, regardless of what grade you've got. A Welsh government initiative is to upskill learners and continue their development of their maths and English. So there will be an element of maths and English in every course that any learner at the college does. And as Lizzie said, the skills team are busy preparing to welcome learners in and getting them into the right group. So to come back to the question, it would depend on the course you want to do, and my advice would be come down and see us, come and have a sit down.
That's really good advice, Owain. And as you said, we do have staff available to speak to you for the rest of the week. And we're always there to answer any queries and questions. So please don't worry about it. If you have just joined us, welcome to this live Coleg Cambria question and answer session. We're pleased you can join us. Just a reminder, if you've got any questions, please do pop them in, send us your questions. We will endeavour to answer them this evening. If we can't answer them, we'll make sure that we answer them tomorrow, or we pass it on to the right people. If you're not comfortable asking your questions now, there are lots and lots of ways in which we can answer your queries. So you can have a look you can contact us, actually, not just have a look, but you can contact us through the website on www.cambria.ac.uk, or you can ring us. If you like to pick up the telephone, if you're somebody that likes to have a chat with somebody, then pick up the phone 0300 3030 007. There will be somebody there to answer your call. You can also message us through social media. So please do let us know. Please do ask your questions in any which way. Don't sit there worrying about anything. So we've got more questions that have been coming through. This is a really good one. I don't know who'll be able to answer this. Owain, maybe it's you, but I'm on the waiting list for a course. When will I know if I have a place?
Thanks, Lizzie, and that is a really good question. We are in a position this year where we've got lots of courses, or a number of courses on waiting list, purely because we've only got X amount of spaces that we can offer, and we're only funded for X amount of spaces. So there are waiting lists in place on some courses. It is a very fair process. They're all held centrally, and learners are offered places on those from those waiting lists in the order that they applied. So it is a very fair process. What we're going to do is there's learners that have got offers in with us to join the college. So learners have been able to apply since November of last year, and every learner will have been given an offer to join us. We've been working really hard over the last week. Staff have been on the phones, and we've been pushing stuff out on social media. There's things gone out in the post, encouraging those people with offers to confirm their place with us or say yes to their place with us. We've had nearly just shy of 6,700 have already done that. And we are in a position where tomorrow, the deadline for people telling us that they want to join us is 4 o'clock tomorrow, Wednesday, tomorrow, 4 o'clock. So after that point, we will be contacting learners on the waiting list to give them places that other people haven't taken up. So you should hear back end of this week, early next, if there are any spaces. We will also write to learners who are on the waiting list where spaces haven't become available. So I hope that answers that question.
That's brilliant, Owain. Thank you very much. So please don't worry. If you are concerned or anything, then you can come and have a chat to us. So we've still got staff in. You can come into student services as well. The student services on every site, isn't there, Bethan?
There sure is. Yeah. So pop in, and if you're not sure about anything, we'll be able to help and assist and get you the answers that you need.
Yeah. Student services, just so you're aware, is a really good central place. They are the font of all knowledge. You'll be able to see them whatever site you're on. They are right there. You can't miss them. You'll get to know them on the first day. Really lovely people. If they can't answer the question, they can make sure they direct you to the right person, but they are there to support you. Huge amounts of support at the college. Please don't worry. If you have just joined us and you're thinking, it's next week, where's summer gone? it's next week and I haven't thought about this. Don't worry. Everyone's in the same boat. We'll make sure that you've got everything you want. Yes.
Can I come in there as well and just say we've got careers advisors as well. So if you're not sure what you want to do or what course, or perhaps your course is on waiting list, we've got careers advisors that the appointments can be made via through the website. So you can book in a session with a careers advisor, or there is a careers advisor at Deeside and Yale. So just pop in if you're not sure still what you want to do, and also the student services team are there to support as well. But yeah, there's lots of people who can give advice and guidance.
Yeah, and it's a really good point, because you've made your choice on the course, but maybe you're not 100%. Maybe you change your mind next week. Maybe, once you've started, you think, actually, this isn't the career I want to go. You mustn't worry about that, because actually that's quite common that maybe you have a rethink. So we are able to support you with that. We are able to support where possible changes to other courses if there's space. But it's a really good point what Owain said. If you are able to get in and have a chat beforehand, if you are having any doubts, then come in, have a chat either with the curriculum area or with the careers advisors. And talk through what it is that's concerning you, talk through the course. If you want to know more about the course, then you can either have a look on the website, find out a little bit more, or you can ask to speak to one of the tutors of the area. That's absolutely fine. We've got a website, we've got an address here for this is the way you can book an appointment with careers advisors. If you want to have a booking with the careers and speak to them about what course you're doing or what course you'd like to do, or you just have no idea what to do, please do book in on www.cambria.ac.uk/careers advisor booking.
Catchy that, isn't it, Lizzie?
It's just, it's snappy. It's snappy, that one. It's not as good. If you are nervous about, if you are worried about next week at all, and you think, I can't do it, I can't come in, I can't face it. Hopefully you aren't thinking that. Hopefully staff aren't thinking that. I'm sure they're not. But if you are thinking that, you can contact our wellbeing team as well. You can make an appointment. You can come in over the next couple of days and see our wellbeing team. You can send a message at wellbeing@cambria.ac.uk. or you can pop in. There are wellbeing advisors on site available to have a chat with you.
Can I just come in and just mention, coming back to the enrolling learners confirming their place with us, saying yes to their place with us. There's been lots of comms gone out, and there's a rolling comms that's been sent out every day. We are aware that some learners have been having some trouble getting onto the system. If that is the case and you aren't able to access the link, or you're having problems, we've had a small number of learners that have let us know that is the case. Email us, please do email us at welcome@cambria.ac.uk, and we can deal with those and do them over the phone with you. But also come on in and see us. Bring your grades in with you, bring your qualifications in with you, and we can get you sorted in person. But please do reach out via the welcome@cambria.ac.uk if you're having any technical problems.
Thank you. I think there's a clear message coming in here, isn't there? There's plenty of different ways of contacting us, but if you've got any worries, come in, have a chat with us, or pick up the phone, or message us. You can contact us in so many different ways. And just a quick reminder, and I'll keep coming back to it, but there's the address again, and there's the phone number. It's just because I like saying that phone number, 03300 30 30 007. It's Bond, that's for sure. So thank you. If you've only just joined us, don't worry, you can watch this back so you can see. You won't have to miss any of the excitement that's been going on. But if you have just joined us, welcome, and please do send your questions in. Pop them into your social media device. Let us know if there's anything you're worried about, or let us know later, and we will endeavour to answer those later. But I'm quite excited. We've actually had a question through about we've got a Welsh speaker who's asking about putting their assignments in through the Welsh medium. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a question we also often get asked, really, especially from students that have attended Welsh medium schools. They might be feeling anxious. They're used to completing the work in Welsh. Everything that can be presented in Welsh. So we've got a fantastic translation team in the college. So even if your tutors on your course are not Welsh speaking, we can provide them with resources. We can make sure that you've got the terminology, and absolutely everything can be presented. So you've got a right to have assessments in Welsh, you can have interviews, tutorials, and we've also got mentors from the Welsh team that can help you along the way with one-to-one support as well.
Wow, it's brilliant, isn't it? And it's a big team, and again, really friendly team. Everyone I've met from the Welsh department has been absolutely superb and really, really helpful and really proactive, actually. But what if they were concerned about socialising in Welsh? Obviously, it's a big college, and there's lots of people from everywhere, actually, from all over the world. We've got a really diverse group of people. But if your first language is Welsh and you want to continue and get a chance to meet other people, what's the options there?
Yeah, so that's part of my role as the Welsh ambassador. So to provide opportunities for students to get together. So we arrange lots of events. We've got some our own site on Instagram, Cangen Cymraeg Cambria. So anything that's been arranged is on there. We have weekly a Welsh society. So we get together in the library across all sites. And it just gives you an opportunity really to meet other Welsh speakers. A lot of the courses we arranged, we had some brilliant trips last year. So we had some of the sports students, they had some Welsh Kung Fu sessions, lots of different trips throughout the year as well. So there's plenty of opportunities there. So please don't worry if you're going from a Welsh school and you're thinking you're not going to have that chance. You absolutely are. And there is an email if you want to contact us. We'll make sure we find you anyway within the first few weeks. We'll be reaching out to all the Welsh speakers. But there is an email address, so helpcymraeg@cambria.ac.uk. So you can drop us an email on there and there'll be one of the team available to come and speak to you. We're looking forward to meeting you.
And if you don't speak Welsh and you just heard that, helpcymraeg@cambria.ac, and you think you will see that word quite often, Cymraeg, and so across the college. So it gives you a great opportunity to start to really embrace another language and the Welsh culture as well. So fantastic. Oh, hi, Seren. Thank you very much for your question. And thank you for sticking with us here and continuing to raise some interesting points. What if you haven't received your certificates yet for your GCSEs? I'm sure there's quite a few people actually in that position. So what happens here? Jane? Are you able to answer that, or Owain?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can answer that one. That's not a problem at all. Because we're a Welsh college, we do get the information from schools through the Welsh government automatically. It's just learners predominantly that have studied in an English school that we don't have their results, but we do say we'd rather have things twice, 3 times over to make sure we've got everything. So just email it into us at welcome@cambria.ac.uk. And then we'll follow it up and we'll get back to you to say we've received it.
Okay, so just to repeat that, just to make it clear, so I understand. Mm-hmm. So if I haven't got my certificate yet, who do I let know?
If they email into welcome@cambria.ac.uk, right. And just let us know. They will have got a results sheet on GCSE results day from their school. If they haven't had that, they need to contact the school initially. But then we can actually accept the results sheet because that's come from the awarding body anyway, and we should in theory have the information on our system already.
Fantastic. Hopefully that's helped you, Sarah. If not, just please and just get in touch with us through that email address and we will, we'll pick it up there. You're not on your own. We'll make sure we're supporting you with that. So
we've also as well, Lizzie, we've also got the live chat function, which is manned throughout the day as well. So if they don't want to pick the phone up, they don't want to email, we can just quickly answer on live chat as well.
Easy peasy. So where's our website? Let's pop that back on just as a reminder. We keep going on with the website, but there is so much information on that website. It's fully accessible as well. So don't worry about that. And I believe you can actually access it through other language apart from English. Owain, is that correct?
Yes, that is absolutely correct. We have a toolbar on there which is called Recite Me, which is accessible through a widget on the website, on mobiles as well. And within there, there's lots of screen reader software. There's lots of accessibility software, as you've rightly said, Lizzie, but also it's multilingual as well. So you can have it in whatever language is your preferred language.
I think that's fantastic. So please do have a look on there, and you can contact us via the website at any point as well, and we will get back to you. Right, how often? Oh, this is a good question. Whew. It's the $1 million question. How often do the timetables change? Well, it might be helpful as well if we explain why timetables might change. Who would like to have a go at answering this one? Jane?
I'll take this
I'm looking at poor Jane. I told her she'd be busy tonight.
No, that's fine, honestly. Timetables in theory are set. However, they could change for learners if they're put into different groups. So depending on the size of the group for that, for that course, if we can't accommodate 60 learners on one course, we obviously split it out into 2 groups. So it will depend on what group learners are put into. So the first week after induction, there might be some tweaks, changes, crossovers, things like that. So they are a little bit flexible until everybody starts settling into their college course. So yeah, and that information will be available on the college app as well.
Absolutely. And, we do understand, we do know that people have jobs, have commitments outside of college. What I would say is this is your opportunity now. You're coming to an absolutely brilliant college. You're going to get a fantastic education. It is really important. So we do understand that people do, want to plan and things, but don't ever let your education not be the first priority. It's your chance now to really make it in a field in which is going to be your career. So it's a wonderful opportunity. We all on the panel here, we all wish we could go back and be full-time students again, because it's such a brilliant time of your life. You don't want to miss a moment. So I would always say wait until your timetable's fixed before you start looking at other things. Understand your course, understand what's expected, not just in the timetable, but what homework is expected, what you need to do outside of work, what work experience. And then later you can sort of like explore things like part-time work and other activities. But it's that really brilliant part of your life you're going into now, which is really exciting, but also really important. But we will work with you. If you've got any issues, any problems, we'll work with you. How long is the lunch break? So, Emma, can you help with that? Because I know you're libraries, but you do see a lot of learners in lunch break, don't you?
We do, yeah, we see a lot, and that is probably why I can't specifically answer that question, because it seems that we have staggered lunch breaks sometimes throughout different courses. So generally we see a lot of learners coming in any time between sort of 12 o'clock and 1:30, but that's not to say your lunch break is that long, but you'll easily get a good half an hour and sometimes longer. But it will depend on your timetable, depend on your curriculum area, and depend on what group you're in as well.
Fantastic. Well, we mentioned the word lunch. I'm quite hungry actually, but anyway, lunches, breakfasts. What happens there, Bethan?
Well, believe it or not, there are free breakfasts and free lunches. Every day is different. So they have the standard items, tea, coffee in the morning, piece of toast, fruit, but then also some additional things. Every day is different. So it could be a hash brown or a sausage bat, that sort of thing. And then lunches is every day something different. Could be fish fingers or soup or pasta, just depends on the day, but all the details are on the website. So yeah, so there's information about what you can get with us free of charge. Yeah,
absolutely. And we also do recognize people's religious needs and things like that. So there are options. There's always a variety of options available on the menu. So please do, again, if you're concerned, please do speak to us, and we will we'll make sure that you're directed in the right place. Okay, thank you for that. Really good. I knew we'd sort of end on food somewhere, just because it's dinner time and we're all probably thinking about dinners. But anyway, just before we start to wrap this up, it's been a really good evening. Loads of really interesting questions. But before we wrap it up, let's have a think about what happens. I'm going to go back to that question because I've had quite a few questions in around this, around what happens if I get to college and I don't like my course. Now, before we go on to what we do about that, we definitely don't want you to walk out that door and leave the college. That's definitely not an option. So what are the options? Owain, are you able to help us?
I can do a double act with Beth, I think, around swap, don't drop. So we have a process in the college called swap, don't drop, and it's very much like you mentioned, Lizzie. It's about making sure that learners are happy on the course that they've chosen with us. One thing I would say, hopefully Beth and you'll agree with this, is we give it some time. Allow yourself to sort of get used to the course and the college and your friends and your tutors. Don't do it on day one. Come and get into your full timetable and get used to being at college and give it a chance. And then we kick in with what's called the swap, don't drop process. So I'll pass to Beth on if that's okay for the details on how that's activated and the cutoff point for how long learners can do that. But my advice would be come and have give it some time really in the first place. But Bethan, can you help me out with some further information?
See, you'll be lucky enough to have something called a progress coach. So induction week, you'll get to meet them, you'll get to know them, you'll have sessions with them. But they would perhaps be your first point of call. If you're not enjoying the course, speak to them or come to student services and speak to one of the advisors there. And like Owain said, swap, don't drop will kick in the second week of your time with us, and then we'll be able to have a look at what other courses we've got available, some other options. We'll just work with you to make sure that you're happy when you're in college and on the right course, and that goes until it's not the 2nd of October, it's the week before that, which I can't think off the top of my head what that is, but we are still taking applications until the 2nd of October as well. So yeah, we'll find something. There is something for everyone, and we'll Absolutely. Make sure that you're happy and you're doing what you want.
We've had learners move to different sites so they can get on different courses. They've moved within the site they're based on. So we've had some great success stories from learners who've actually gone through that process and have found themselves on a course that suits them a bit better. But there's lots of staff around, but please do give it a chance. Meet your progress coach, meet your friends, make your friends, find your way around college, get used to the subject. And if you're still not happy, then please do come and have a conversation with us.
Yeah, because everything's swap, don't drop. Exactly. Don't drop is really key. We don't want to lose you. We're excited to be meeting you next week. We can't wait. We definitely don't want you leaving us. Sometimes you do have to give things a chance. It is new. It is different. It's very different from school. College is much bigger in a lot of cases. The course is different. The teachers are different. The tutors are different. You call them by the first name. It's a completely different environment, but it's an exciting step. But it can feel strange at first. It takes a little while to get used to it, but you will. I guarantee you will get used to it. There's nothing. I think the theme tonight has been, please don't worry about anything, because we're here to support you. As I said earlier, this is your first time, or maybe not. Maybe you've been to college before, but this might be your first time coming to college. But for us, we've done this many, many, many times. So we will guide you through it at all stages. So that message has just come through loud and clear across the evening around, just don't worry, just talk to us. Right. On that, thank you very much, viewers, for joining us this evening. It's been a wonderful evening. We hope we've answered some of your questions, but as we've said, please do let us know if you think about anything later. You might be going to bed and think, oh, I didn't ask that. Don't worry, there's lots of opportunities to ask. We've given you the website, www.cambria.ac.uk, and that wonderful phone number. If you like picking up the phone, we love answering it. So we are there to speak to you. So just before we wrap up then, I'm going to go to the panel. And this question, this is not question, but this is for those learners who might have tuned in. They haven't decided to come to us. They are still considering whether they should choose Coleg Cambria or not. So I'm going to ask the panel that. I'm going to say to you, why should somebody choose Coleg Cambria if they're undecided at this moment? And I'm going to go first of all to Owain, just because you're in the centre of my screen. Why should somebody choose Coleg Cambria?
I would say people should choose Coleg Cambria because of the opportunities it provides and the support that we give learners to make the most of those opportunities. I've worked at the college for 5 years plus now, and some of the success stories of learners that have come to us, having perhaps not enjoyed school, have found something that they're passionate about, and then they've gone on to really highly successful careers and have been really happy. There's loads of them. So it would be around opportunities and support we can provide.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Emma, why do you think so?
I think it's because we care about every single individual person. We don't see you as a group. We don't see you as a course. We see you as individuals, and we want to get to know you as individuals, and we want to make sure that you're having the best time that you can and that we become part of that for you.
Lovely. Thank you. Jane?
Well, the cliche as it sounds, exactly the same as what Owain and Emma have said. Basically, we have a vast array of courses that are available to give learners opportunity. Our facilities across all sites are second to none, to be fair, and that's not just in timetable. It's also, activities that we put on, the facilities that we've got, clubs that they can join, things like that. But yeah, like Emma said, we're a caring college. We care about the individual, not the class size, not person, just make it not the group size even. It's about that individual and making sure that they get the best out of it for their next step, for their next part of their life. So yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Jane. Really good point there. Allow.
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the college, so I can relate to how you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed starting somewhere new, but I can tell you everybody's been so friendly. I've worked across all sites and everybody's been lovely. There's lots of opportunities available to you, so make the most. Everything that you can attend, everything that you can take from college, make the most of college life. From the Welsh point of view, don't be worrying if you've been to a Welsh school and you're thinking, oh, you're not going to be able to speak Welsh to people. There's lots of us around. There's lots of people passionate about learning Welsh as well. Lots of clubs. The Coleg Cymraeg have got an opportunity for you to be a Welsh ambassador as well if you're a Welsh speaker. So there's an opportunity for you to be employed as that as well. So I can promise you'll settle and you'll enjoy Coleg Cambria.
Diolch, thank you for that. And very last but very not least, Bethan.
I don't think I can top any of that, but it's sort of like, why would you not want to come to Coleg Cambria? It's the best college. We've just got so much to offer, and everybody's covered it. The facilities, the enrichment, the teaching, the learning, the care, the support. So it's got everything that everyone should need.
Wonderful. And the hash browns ain't bad either. I have to say, they're pretty good hash browns. So thank you very much. Diolch, thank you for joining us this evening. We hope it's been helpful. We have got some other ones planned. I think there's one next week for learners. We've got one for parents tomorrow night, so please do join us. If you think of anything, or if you want to just come and explore the college a bit more, you can pop in and see us, or you can get in touch with us. We've given you lots of ways to get in touch with us this evening. If you need to watch us back, please do. And with that, I'm going to say thank you to our lovely panel. Thanks for joining us this evening, panel. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you again on one of the other question and answer sessions. And it's a good night from all of us. Nastar, thank you very much. Good night.